Hey YouTube, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be going through why I bought my Silverado. So I'm gonna head out, go get the family some breakfast, and I'll kind of go through why I bought it and why I think you should too. So let's get in here, start her up, and let's head out. All right, so we're about to start her up here, head out. That. And now, as you can see, we are 500 miles short of 3,000 miles. Now that we fired it up, you see how many miles are on it. That brings me to the first reason why I bought my Silverado. It's reliable. It's the 5.3. It doesn't matter what engine you get, especially in the gas. I don't know much about the Duramaxes, but I've heard they're about the same. It doesn't matter what engine really you get, either the 4.8, the 5.3, or the 6.0. Mine's the 5.3. They last forever. I'm almost positive this is the original engine and trans in this truck, and it's just, it'll keep going. You take care of it. I mean, I've seen people even rip on these things for crazy reasons, throw boost at them, whatever, and it holds up to basically whatever. Now the transmission, the 4L60E. This is a four-wheel drive, and that's another reason I bought the truck, but I'll go into that in a minute. It's the 4L60E, which everybody talks down on it, but if you keep it stock, you don't constantly rip on it, it'll last a good while. Like, I'm pretty sure this is the stock transmission. It's got 300,000 miles on it. The 4L60E isn't bad, as long as you're not really towing anything crazy heavy, you're not ripping on it all the time, it'll last you a good while. Honestly, this one has sprung a leak a couple weeks back and completely ran it empty on trans fluid. That was my bad, and I just topped it off with trans fluid, and it's fine. So I mean, it's not like they're terrible transmissions. They're probably not very good for a truck, I will say that, because like I said, if you're trying to tow anything real heavy, it's gonna end up kind of shredding itself on you. Other than that, I mean, I have no issues. Four-wheel drive works good. It's the push button four-wheel drive. I've never had any issues out of that. It goes in and out of it fine. All right, so I got the reliability out of the way. That's one of the main reasons I bought it, is because I've heard they're very reliable. I've never heard anything bad about these trucks. My dad had one, and it had 312,000 miles on it, and it was still running perfectly. The only reason he stopped driving it is because he totaled it. So I mean, it's just reliable. That's the first reason. Two, four-wheel drive. I don't really do much off-road, but it's just nice that if you're ever in a situation you get stuck. We had a real bad ice storm or snowstorm this past winter, so it actually came in handy a lot. It's just nice to have. I've always said if I get a truck, it's going to be four-wheel drive and a V8. So I mean, really, that's it. The four-wheel drive and being a V8, it just really appealed to me. Three, I would say the aftermarket support for these trucks are insane. They make anything pretty much you could ever need or want. They make it for this truck, and it's not all that expensive, really, unless you're wanting to go like super high quality brand names. You can get into one of these trucks, get it lifted, get your exhaust, even cam it, long tube headers, all that stuff for really not all that much. I just love these trucks. Like, I've always been a big Chevy guy. I've owned a couple Dodges, and they were good. Like, I'm not gonna say anything bad about them. It's just the one that I owned was two-wheel drive, and the computer ended up going out on me. So that just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth for that. It's nothing against Dodge. I don't have anything against Dodge. And the other one that I had was four-wheel drive, but the whole vacuum system was all screwed up. So the front diff didn't lock. So I know Chevy's pretty reliable when it comes to their electronics and all that. So I figured I'd give it a chance. Never owned one before. This is actually the first Chevy truck V8 four-wheel drive that I've owned, and I have no complaints. I love it. I bought it for $2,500 bone stock, If you go on my Instagram, you can actually see the pictures of where it was to where it is now. It's not much, but I haven't spent that much money. I've done everything myself. And now you've seen the mileage. You know it's bound to have issues, and I've had a couple, but nothing that's gonna make you want to junk it or anything. If you saw the video before last, you know that I had alternator and battery issues. That was mainly because I kept getting, my alternator went bad, and that caused my battery to go bad. So I got a new battery. The battery was fine, but I kept getting faulty alternators just from the factory. I think it's because I kept getting remanufactured ones. But I finally just sprung, bought a brand new one, and that fixed it. It's been fine ever since. So there's that. I had the low oil pressure issue that basically everybody with these trucks have. That wasn't bad. It was just a little O-ring. It was maybe like $5, and just the time to put it in, which even in a four-wheel drive, it's not that hard. It took me, I was running around doing errands too while I was doing it, and it took me a total of like 4 hours. The only electrical issues I've ever had out of the truck was the gauge cluster, which in these trucks, if you know anything about them or have been doing your research on them, they go bad. I had to rebuild the entire gauge cluster. Again, did that myself. The rebuild kit was like $25. Soldering iron was like $10. You just watch a couple YouTube videos. There's tons of them out there. Teach you how to solder. You can save yourself a whole lot of money, because I'm pretty sure buying one brand new is like $500. Really, mainly that's it. Other than, I mean, a couple leaks here and there, but you saw the miles. That's expected. The climate controls only worked on 5. I fixed that. That was just a motor control thing down there. I have a video on that too if you want to figure that out. Basically everything all the problems I've had with the truck, I've made videos about. So if anything that I'm saying applies to you, you can normally go through my videos and find the video that fixes that. The only one I didn't do was the low oil pressure, because I hadn't started my channel yet, and I just needed to get it done. It is a rebuilt truck, and I'm not one to be one about, oh, it's a rebuilt title, oh, you don't buy it. I'm not like that. Honestly, if it looks good, drives good, even if it's rebuilt, it doesn't matter to me. I've got a lot of plans for this truck. I don't have a lot of money. I work a full-time job, so I'm trying to put these videos out, trying to save up and do what I can to the truck. I'm planning on doing the whole thing, like the lift, wheels and tires. Probably end up doing a couple light bars. I don't know if I want to do it above the windshield or just behind the grill. I'm thinking just behind the grill. We'll see. The plans for this truck is probably gonna evolve. If you want to see the progress of the truck, just follow along. Subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. Like the videos. Comment if you want to see something. If you want to see me do something to the truck and I don't think it's horrible, I'll try it. Something I did kind of forget to touch up on. In these, I believe it's the 99 to 07 classic trucks. These are the trucks before AFM. I know when you get into the 07 plus trucks, you get the you run into the AFM issues that everybody's having. I know some people that have those trucks, they've never had any issues out of them, and I've heard of people online that have nothing but issues out of them. So I can't speak on any of those trucks, but I know for a fact that these trucks, the 99 to 06 trucks, are great. So like I said, that'll probably wrap up this video. I just kind of wanted to tell, you know, why I bought the truck, why I think you should buy a truck if you have a chance. They're everywhere. You can find them cheap, or you can find them priced way higher than they're supposed to be. It can go both ways. It all depends on your area. I know a truck like this, it's not that great. I bought it for, I mean, it's great, don't get me wrong, but it's got a little bit of rust. Like the rockers are starting to rust. They've got a little bit of surface rust, and there's one hole in the passenger side, little tiny one. It's just starting to poke through. This truck up north would probably go for like 6, but I'm down in Tennessee, and I know these trucks in Texas, maybe in perfect condition, probably go for like $1,900. So I mean, it's location, 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 and it's the same old. So you just stay patient. If you really want to get one of these trucks, you'll find a good deal on it. Don't go for the first one you saw, and you'll be all right. You'll be able to save money. They're surprisingly not horrible on gas. I drive about 45 minutes to work. I've got 20-inch rims on it. I can't tell you the tire size. I haven't looked at them. I bought them with the rims, and I mean, it still doesn't even use a quarter of a tank of gas there and back. So I mean, it's not horrible on gas, especially for being a V8 heavy truck. I mean, this truck's like 6,000 pounds. So I mean, I just have really no complaints on the truck. The only complaints that I have on the truck is stuff that I can fix myself, like the bumpers. The rear bumper looks horrible. There's rust holes in it. It's missing plastics and all that. I'm gonna replace that. But I mean, running wise, driving wise, I have no complaints. I would have no problem getting in this truck tomorrow, driving to California and driving back, even though California would probably crush this truck. I love this thing. If I could, I'd recommend this truck to anybody. Anybody that wants one, anybody, even if you buy it not running, you just get back into it. These motors are everywhere. The transmissions are everywhere. It's not hard to swap in. If you want to do a heavier duty transmission, it's not that much to rebuild it or swap in a 4L80. You know, do the whole thing. So that's kind of me going off on my rant on why I love my truck, why I bought it, why I think you should buy one. I think that's gonna wrap up the video. So like I said before, if you like these videos, you want me to keep making them, hit that like button, go up there, hit that subscribe button, follow me on Instagram. I'll leave a link in the video somewhere, probably down in the corner. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. I'm almost, I think I'm at like 83 right now. So I'm getting there. I'm pretty happy with it. So hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I'm home now, so I'll go in there and give the fam breakfast before they start freaking out on me. Yep, that's it for today's video, guys. I'll see you next time. I hope you have a good one.